Today, we're test driving the all-new Chevy Colorado, and we're going to do a fuel economy test to see how well it performs. As you can see right now, we have a full tank of fuel, and on this full tank, our fuel range is expected to be 531 kilometers before we run completely out of fuel. You'll also notice we have our trip meters currently on the screen, and they read 0. We're going to be driving this over the week and see how many kilometers we complete, and after that, we'll head to the gas station to see how much it costs to fill up, so stay tuned. We just spent the week testing the Colorado, and have some numbers here we'd like to share with you. As you can see, we've driven a total of 279 kilometers, or 173 miles, and have a remaining fuel range of 303 kilometers. I haven't had the air conditioning or the heating on at all, but have had the sound system on the whole time. Also worth noting is we spent about 60% of our driving in the city and 40% on the highway, just to give you an idea of how I got the numbers that I did. You'll notice we're at the fuel station, and we're going to fill it back up, and based on that, we'll do some calculations to see how well it performed. As you can see, we spent $54 to fill up 36.6 liters of fuel at a fuel cost of $1.47 per liter. In Detroit, at a fuel cost of $3 per gallon, this works out to $29 US for 9.7 gallons of fuel. As you just saw, we spent $54 to fill up 36.6 liters of fuel at a fuel cost of $1.47 per liter. Also worth noting is the Colorado's fuel tank capacity is 81 liters or 21 gallons. First, let's calculate our distance per liter, and we'll do that by taking our distance driven and dividing it by the number of liters we filled up. So 279 kilometers divided by 36.6 liters gives us 7.6 kilometers per liter or 18 miles per gallon. That means every liter of fuel will give us 7.6 kilometers of driving, every gallon of fuel will give us 18 miles of driving, and every 13.1 liters of fuel will give us 100 kilometers of driving. Now, let's calculate our actual real-world driving range, and we'll do that by taking the 7.6 kilometers per liter and multiplying it by our fuel tank capacity of 81 liters. So, 7.6 kilometers per liter multiplied by 81 liters gives us 616 kilometers. That means on a full tank of fuel, you can expect 616 kilometers, or 383 miles of driving. Now, let's calculate our cost per kilometer, and we'll do that by taking the total cost of our fill-up and dividing it by the kilometers that we drove. So, $54 divided by 279 kilometers gives us 19 cents per kilometer. That means every kilometer costs us 19 cents. Now, let's calculate our cost per mile, and we'll do that by taking the total cost of our fill-up and dividing it by the miles that we drove. So, $29 divided by 173 miles gives us 16.7 cents per mile. That means every mile costs us 16.7 cents. Finally, let's calculate our cost of a full tank. First, let's do it for Toronto, Canada, where the fuel price is $1.47 per liter. So, $1.47 per liter multiplied by 81 liters gives us $119 Canadian. That means a full tank of fuel, if you were to fill up in Toronto, Canada, would cost you $119. Now, let's cross the border into Detroit, USA, where the fuel price is $3 per gallon. So, $3 per gallon multiplied by 21 gallons gives us $63 US. That means a full tank of fuel, if you were to fill up in Detroit, USA, would cost you $63. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our channel for more great fuel economy content. If you're looking for real-world fuel economy figures for other pickup trucks, we have fuel economy reviews on the GMC Canyon, Toyota Tundra, Ford Maverick, and the Ford F-150 Lightning. You can watch those videos on our YouTube channel.